Hello everybody, Elias5891 here, back again with another KTANE module tutorial. This time we continue our ordered keys module finasco. I don't even know what word I was going for there. Our series on the ordered key variants with disordered keys, which is where each key has a missing piece of information. You'll notice 3 of these keys are missing their key color, 1 is missing a label color, and 2 are missing their numbers. This one conceptually is actually probably one of my favorites. Kind of interesting. So what we're going to do with this one, again, these keys, they're going to have quirks. They're going to be missing things. We're going to find out quirks, and then we're going to hit them in specific orders. Not too different from what we've had before. First step, as always, we're going to read out the information to our expert. I like to say missing for whatever part's missing, and just read everything else out as we normally do. So in this case, this would be unknown. This is an unknown 2 red, a cyan 4 unknown, a unknown 6 magenta, an unknown 5 yellow, a cyan unknown blue, and a yellow unknown red. Now, this information for all of these is going to go into this page of tables, which is incomplete key quirks. Each of these keys is going to have a quirk, and it is based on the 3 out of 4 pieces about the key that we have. Their position, which we have for all of them, obviously. Key color, label number. Same information as always. Just a matter of looking and seeing which pieces you need for which. You want to find these quirks first and foremost. I personally like to start with the first table, just get all the ones that are missing their key color, then all the ones that are missing their label color, then all the ones that are missing their label digit. So, missing key color, that would be key 1, 3, and 4. Up at the top, we're going to have the label, the color of it, and the digit of it. So, the 2 pieces of information we have. And then position over here on the left. And we'll jot down what we get as a result of those lookups. Those will be the quirks. For key 1, we have a red 2. In position 1, that has no quirk, none. Easy peasy. For number 3, that is a magenta 6 in position 3. That is a SEQ sequence. Those are a pain in the butt, and we'll see why in a minute. And the 4th one is a yellow 5 in position 4. So, yeah, nope, yellow 5 in position 4. That one is a false. And that's why we're actually checking all these quirks before we go to the next step. That's it for key colors. Next, we'll move on to missing label colors. We only have 1. It's key number 2. We want the key color and the label, so the 2 pieces we have up top, C4. And this is key number 2. This is a time-based one. Alright. Time. And then we have ones that are missing their label digit. The top is going to be the key color, the first piece, and then the position. And the left this time will be the label color. So this is key C5. Blue. That gives me a lookup of time. Do it again. And then the last one is a yellow 6. Yellow, and it's the 6th key, and red position or red label gives me first. Alright. Now that we've done that, we need to get our legitimate keys. Yeah, these first keys we got, they were just to get quirks. Now, there's one important rule that we want to know on this step. False keys, we do not press them. Period, at all, period, at this step. Everything else we need to push to get a complete key. So, as the expert, we're going to interrupt the diffuser. Hey, I need you to push all of the keys except key number 4. So press 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Horrible noises come out of the module. And you can see we have 5 complete keys now. One of which is rotating. That's our sequence one. Let's read what we got. Alright, key 1 is magenta 5 yellow. I don't know why you keep moving over there. Please stop that. Key 2 is blue 3 cyan. Key 3 is a sequence, so we'll come back to it. Key 4 we didn't push. Key 5 is a red 5 cyan. Key 6 is a cyan 3 green. And for our sequence, our keys are, and that's going fast, we'll have to try to catch them. Cyan 1 yellow, blue 3 red, red 6 red, cyan 6 red, nope, lost it. Cyan 6 red, and blue 1 cyan. I'm going to look through that one more time, just my eyes. Blue 1 cyan, cyan 1 yellow, blue 3 red, red 6 red, cyan 6 red. Perfect. That's my sequence. We'll come back to that one. So, now that we have complete keys, including a rotating one, except for that false one, which is going to be black until the end, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to diffuse the module by pressing complete keys in specific orders. Easy enough. We're going to start by pressing the complete first keys in ascending order of their value. Now notice, I only have one first key, which means I don't care what its value is. I could figure it out and use it to eliminate other things, because I believe these are always unique, just like in others, but I don't care. It's the first one. I know it's the first one. So this is going to be key number 1. So our solution starts with key number 6. Probably shouldn't put that there because it kind of offsets the little key notice there. 6. Next, what do? We're going to press the complete none and sequence keys in ascending order of their values. Well, we got a none and a sequence, so we do need to resolve that. We do that. Hey, this looks familiar. By looking up the complete keys in the complete key table here. We have key color and label digit. Label color position, same 4 pieces of information we usually do. It's, instead of having a top and a bottom grid now they're kind of combined and clumped to make it much easier to read. So let's look these up. For the none one, it's just a simple lookup. M5, Y, and this is the first key, so Y1 gives me a 2. That 2 is a strong contender for the lower number in ascending order. Only a 1 can beat it. What about the sequence one? That's actually 5 keys. What do I do with that? Well, the answer is we look up all 5 of them. They should all give us unique values, and whatever's left over, that's the value of the key itself. So if these give me 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, then the key is a 3, because that's the number I didn't find in the sequence itself. Notice these are all technically the third key, so the second part's always going to be something 3. So let's look these up, see what value my sequence has. We have cyan 1, yellow 3, that's 4. We have blue 3, red 3, that's a 2. Red 6, red 3, that's a 6. Cyan 6, red 3, that's a 1. Now I can put them in order now. B1, C3, that's the 3. So if we look over that, the thing that's missing is a 5. So my sequence is a 5. So, keep in mind my rule it told me up here is after we've pressed the first key, that is key number 6, we're going to hit nones and sequences in ascending order of their values. This one has the lower value, so we're going to hit it first. So that's going to be key 1, then key 3. Takes care of those. What's next? Press the complete time keys after all the first keys, but before any last keys. If the value of the key is 6, we're going to press it when the seconds digits match. Otherwise, we're going to press the key when the difference between the seconds digits is equal to its value. Okay. So, 2 more to look up. Not a big deal. But we're going to have to hit these at certain times when we do clear them. So let's look up this one. It is a B3. B3. Cyan 2. That's a 3. And this one, a red 5, cyan 5, that's a 4. It doesn't specify as a time, push these keys, valid timer. So it doesn't specify what order to hit them in. I'm going to hit them in ascending order. I'm not 100% sure that matters. I don't think it does. So then we hit 2, but there's a rule, but we need to be aware of the timing rule. And then we're going to hit number 5, but we need to be aware of the timing rule. So we're going to hit all the time keys, then we're going to hit all the last keys in ascending order of theirs, and then the false keys in any order. So we're going to finish with the false key. So we're going to hit key 6, key 1, key 3, key 2 when the seconds digits differ by 3, key 5 when they differ by 4, and then key 4. So we tell our diffuser, hey buddy, hit 613. You're going to hit 2 when the seconds digits differ by 3. 2 and 5 have a difference of 3. You're going to hit key 5 when they have a difference of 4. So 37, that'll be a difference of 4. 6. And then hit the last key. All done. And that's actually done. There's no second stage, there's no backtracking, there's no weird key thingy-majigger. I guess technically this was the second stage because we had the pre-keys that were incomplete. You'll notice we didn't actually use the contents of those except to find quirks. So we'll do another one. Feel free to blank the screen and follow along. I'm not going to do that this time. So feel free, like I say, feel free to blank the screen if you'd like. You know, if you're used to this, knock yourself out. Feel free to do it. I don't think I'm going to leave it off. I think I want to walk through one more, just because this one is a little more straightforward in some ways than the previous ones, but not so much in the other. Oops, not so much in the others. So let's give this a go. We'll do one more. We will start by reading the information that we are provided. Alright, so I have magenta, missing cyan, green, missing magenta, missing 3 yellow, green, missing blue, green 2 missing, and yellow 5 missing. Alright, let's start with quirks. And truthfully, once we've got the quirk, we don't need the information here anymore. So I'm actually going to erase them this time. Let's start with missing key color. That would be only key number 3. We want the label color and digit, Y3. And that is position 3. That is a last key. Last. Okay. That works for me. Next up, the ones that are missing a label color, that would be the last 2. We have a G2 in position 5, that's a first, and a Y5 in position 6, that's a time. Okay. Next, the ones that are missing digits, we're going to do key color position and then label color. So our first one here is magenta 1 with a cyan label. That is another time-based one. We have green 2, G2, with a magenta. There's my sequence. Remember, we always have to have one of those. And last up, G4 with a B. Another time-based one. Alright. Scroll back up here. The only thing we can't press is false. So go ahead and press all the buttons, please. God, that noise. Ugh. Alright, new keys. We're going to skip key 2 because it's on a rotation. My new keys are green for green, sequence, magenta 5 red, red 2 green, blue 6 red, red 1 magenta, and then my sequence is... Actually, I'm going to hold off on reading that. If you've got a attentive expert, they may cut this off here. Because let's look at the order. We're going to do the first keys first. Start with this one. So start with key 5. Then we're going to do all the nuns and sequences in ascending order of their values. Thing is, we only got the one. We've only got that one sequence. So we're going to hit it next. We don't need to figure out its values. We don't even need to read out those 5 flashy things. Skip a step, save yourself time. Awesome. Then we got the time ones, so we're going to hit those. And we're going to finish with the last one. So we know 3 of the things we're going to do. Let's just look up those 3 pieces we don't have yet. So we know this one, and this one. We need the time ones. So key 1 is a G4, G1. That's a 6. This one, red 2, green 4 is a 3. And this one, a red 1, magenta 6. That gives me a 1. So again, I'm going to hit them in ascending order. Don't know if I have to, but I'm going to. So that's key 6 with a 1 second gap. Then key 4 with a 3 second gap. And then key 1 with a 0 second gap. Because remember, if the difference is 6, the value of the key is 6, press the key when the seconds digits match. I think that's a modulo thing, because 6 is 0 mod 6. 6 mod 6 is 0, rather. So I think it just mods 6 something. Alright, so we know what to push. Alright, so push 5, then 2. When the seconds digits differ by 1, press 6. 43 will do that. Press 4 when they differ by 3. Press 1 when they match. That'll be 55. And then press 3 when you got that. Look at that. Under 5 minutes for an ordered key variant. Game. There it is. It was like, nope, not gonna finish it in under 5 minutes. Tried to prove me wrong. But that's disordered keys. It's, to be completely honest, of the 7 that we've covered so far, probably my favorite of them. Mainly because there's a whole lot fewer lookups, and many that you can skip, if you know what you're skipping. You know, if I've only got one first key, then I'm just going to hit the first key first. If I've only got one sequence and no nuns, then I'm going to hit that sequence next. If I've got time keys, then I'm going to hit those at that step. If I've only got one last, that goes there. Do make sure you watch out. Do not push the false until you've finished everything else. So, something to watch out for. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. We're knocking on the finish line, guys. We've got one ordered key variant left, and that's tall ordered keys. And it, my friends, is a boss module, which means we'll be sticking some other things on a bomb and seeing what happens. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, leave them down below as always. Until next time, guys. Fun. Take care. Bye.